that potential target today could easily be 1075, 11 area, plus or minus obviously, but based on measured moves, we said this was just a lucky guess. I would get a little bit above that 6 and get a pullback. And then the whole key is on that pullback, does it dig in or not? This was our first rotation here. This holds, so let's use 2 for support. And, trap traders. So what do we have today? Let's see, we had, for one target, we had 10.5. And the second target, deeper basis, 11.5, based on another measure. So that's the prime area today, if we can get there. And there are higher targets, obviously, but those are completion zones. So anytime that we get the rotation long side and we get to hold in here, just like we said, probably 99, 98 supportive, then the traders who want the half gap, they're the ones who get trapped. Because today is one of the outlier days where you don't get the half gap filled. And then this solid push up and the pull back, and then a lot of times this will just chop around, but today the dynamics are such where everything's in sync. Even that NASDAQ, we'd said, be careful. I said, wow, it pulled back, but it pulled back to support. And then this came right back into it. So when the markets are in sync, you don't want to fight it because it's telling you something. So we said, back end, every time you get a slightly higher rotation, you could always, pull back in a little bit. And but by and large, you don't want to think about on a day like today when the green and red and blue are going straight up. We said you got to wait until lunch probably and have better odds for a contra. And even then, don't expect a lot because the market is trying to protect. Already tipped its hand that it was going to protect. So you have shorts today that had hoped that yesterday was the start of something. Today already, that green line. Look at this green line pushing. We broke out yesterday's high, and we're still, taking off on top of the last high. So we're still making new highs for the year. And in my opinion, anybody that was blessed with just riding that trailer, we said let's keep 2 as our support pivot, trying to drive long side. So once you get the IB high taken out, and you want to drop back here to this 5 area and consider that 5 as a big support now. And your trailer, if you don't want to give back, a lot of what you worked for just by being patient. But we're going to look at this area now as important. And if you want to be a little more conservative, say right in here. Anyways, low volume, we've had some pushes on the high side here. It's lunchtime. I would not advocate doing a lot of trading right now. If you've got the long side and you've got a trailer, fine. But by and large, we're about a point away from our first target long side at 10.5. And, sometimes you have to sit through a whole lot of chop to get that last point. Thank you, Eric. Yeah, the system does work. You're right. And I'm glad you're being patient learning it. The trick is just give yourself time to learn it and to see it in action. And there's all different ways to measure, and there's different ways to see it. And today, we just had a feeling that this was a protected zone and the push was long side. And then when you get it, you want to take advantage of it. You want to capture profits. You don't want to get too greedy. So this guy right here was trying to make itself a demon. It's not. We have no demon yet in the day. And sometimes you'll get, all of a sudden you'll get a little pullback, but my feeling is right now this area is probably fairly big key for the rest of the lunch period anyways, right here. So if we get small rotations backwards, that still probably will get bought, and if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But certainly we said coming into lunch would be the time to think about and perhaps better odds for a contra. And when we don't get a contra early and we get the breakout, of the IB high, then you want to think that if there's no pullback, then those traders can keep, continue getting squeezed. So lunchtime, any questions you have, and I do thank you for that. So to answer your question, what made me suspect market would stop at 750? Lucky guess. I mean, that's all trading really is educated guessing, and just like early, I mean, when you think about it, we've stopped a little before, that 1506 high, and then a little behind it, and it does that a lot. It challenges an area like that, and then it will start to sometimes make that a natural pivot area. So for now, we said anything you got short side today would be a gift. We said we thought that today would be a challenging day for the short side, and so far it is. So anybody that's scalping short side at lunch, understand that that's all it is. It's against the day's push. Going to adjust this up here. And we do have completion targets, if I remember correctly, just above us. So we'll update the spreadsheet, but certainly, major target is that 10 to 11 area. And that could be resistance. We call those resistance targets. Because now you're attempting to get the last 1 or 2 points perhaps in a measured move, and so sometimes the risk reward changes dramatically when you get there. Even though it's a target, it's traders saying, you know what, fine, I'll get it, but if it comes back on a pullback, I'll buy it again, and better odds to get it that way. So a lot of times, even though it's a target, it won't get hit when it gets within a point or two of it.